All right, guys, it's opening day of rifle season here in Missouri. And this morning didn't see a single deer, but it was a nice, beautiful sit. It was nice frost on the ground. We're doing a deer camp up here on some family land and having a great time. I ain't videoed a lot about the camp. I got my kids there, my brother-in-law and his girlfriend and my wife. We're having a good time. We're enjoying it. That's what it's all about. Beautiful evening. I'm actually sitting in an area in this field where I can actually get more than 100-yard shot. That's been a long time since I've hunted somewhere where I can get more than a 50-yard shot. So tonight I got my 6.5 Creedmoor. 200 yards going to be the farthest I can shoot, but 150 be about probably the average, or unless one comes running out in the middle of the field, we'll see. But last night there was 4 does out in this field. I'm just trying to get a doe for my mom to fill her freezer. I'll burn one of my antlerless tags for her, so that's the goal. We'll see what happens tonight. Let me show you this beautiful view here. All right, that pole is 50 yards out there. The back of the field's 100. And then that pole right there is 150. That's where we're sitting. Beautiful view. Well, I've only been here about 20 minutes. I had a doe run across the field. By the time I got the camera on and started videoing, she had made it to the end. I got a little bit of video of her walking up into the woods, but she's just right on the edge. It's 2:30 in the afternoon. If she comes out in that field, we're gonna take her, but right now she's on the edge. I mean, just right on the inside, and there's a bunch of briars. I can't see her, but she's about 115 yards from me right now. I got some branches in my way right now. All right, there's that opening right there. All right. I love this kind of stuff. That was fun. I've been out here maybe an hour, but I've been watching that deer for 30 minutes. And he was just staying in the brush. She was, and just hanging out in there. And I finally got a clear view of it in the big camera. And I was like, well, we'll go ahead and take it, because mom's needing a deer in her freezer, and that's perfect size. It's not a huge doe, just perfect, good eating size if you want to kill one. So, man, that was awesome. 158-yard shot with 6.5 Creedmoor. Dropped it right there. All right, there she is. Nice young deer. And I was sitting right there. 158-yard shot. All right, so what a fun hunt that was. I love being able to get out into the outdoors and take a deer and help somebody with it. Like my mom, every year I try to get her a deer. I'll go out, fill a $7.50 deer tag, I believe is what the doe tags are now, and tag that, give that to my mom, gift it to her, and she will eat on that over winter. It helps her out. I enjoy being able to help her out. And you know, some hunters use the harvest program, and that's great too. And just using your love for the outdoors and being able to help somebody is awesome. So today I'm going to try to help you guys learn to love the front shoulders on a whitetail. I hear it all the time. I don't even keep the front shoulders. I hear that, and then I hear it's just good for grinding meat, which, I mean, you can grind it, sure. And then some people, I don't know what to do with it. So today I'm gonna show you what you can do with the front shoulder of a whitetail. We're gonna take this tough front shoulder and cook it down to where it pulls apart, and just an amazing meal here. It's called a Mississippi pot roast.
And you can use just the slow cooker, but of course I got to complicate things just a little bit. I fired up my smokehouse this morning, and I'm going to smoke this front shoulder for a couple hours and then transfer it into my slow cooker. I'm hoping those juices, that smoke flavor transfers into the juices, creating an amazing meal. But you can just put this in here for 8 hours. Very, very easy to make. Not a lot of ingredients. You've got your roast, in this case, our front shoulder, some ranch seasoning packet, pepperoncinis and the juice, and then some au jus seasoning mix there. So if you have someone in your family or that you're cooking for that does not like pepperoncinis, go with the whole ones, because when you shred this, you can actually, keep the whole pepperoncinis from going into the mix. But if you buy the sliced ones, as you're shredding it, it's going to mix in. It's going to be harder to pick apart. So, preference. My wife don't care for them as much as I do. I love them, but I went with the whole ones so that way we can take those out for her. So if not, I would have the sliced ones in there. But very, very easy to do. We're gonna put a stick of butter on here as well, just on the top, 1 stick of butter when we put it in the crock pot here for slow cooking. So right now, I'm gonna go put this in the smokehouse, smoke it for 2 hours, come back, slow cook it for 6 to 8. I'll show you that this front shoulder can be tender, delicious, awesome meal served on rice, hoagie buns, tortillas, like a, what is it, carne or something? Somebody's gonna make fun of the way I said that. But this could be served many different ways. Amazing taste, Mississippi pot roast. Let's get to cooking. All right, so we got it in the smoker, 2 hours. Now, if you wanted to smoke this whole thing, you could. What you would do after 2 hours, just to get that smoke flavor in there, is you could put it in like an aluminum pan, cover it, throw it back in here, and go that route and let it cook till it cooks down over 200. You could do that process, but you're really not infusing any more smoke flavor once you wrap it. So that's why I chose to, instead of cook the entire thing in my smokehouse, I chose to put it on the smoke for 2 hours, then put it in the crock pot. So if you was wondering why I wasn't choosing to do the whole thing in my smoker, that is why. You obviously could. You're really not gaining any more smoke flavor, but if I wanted to sit here for 8 hours, tend to the fire, and keep this thing going all day long, I could. But for 2 hours, smoke it, throw it in the slow cooker. That's the process we're going to take today. All right, that'll be a 2 hour smoke on the shoulder. Gonna have nice smoke flavor infused in there. That's gonna transfer on over into our slow cooker, I believe. As we cook her down, we should have some good smoke flavor there. So let's go throw her in the slow cooker. All right, so I've already put about a cup of water in here. Started it about 30 minutes ago because I wanted to just kind of preheat this and get it to where it's not going to really stall out the meat. So that's all I've put in there is water, kind of got it preheated. I'm going to go ahead and put the shoulder in there. Now, one thing I didn't mention earlier was that I did cut out the shoulder blade there so it would fit into my crock pot on that front shoulder. So that has been cut off, and you might have to do that on yours to make that fit in your crock pot. We're gonna put a stick of butter. It's gonna be just right on top. Just pull that a little closer. And put a stick of butter on top. We got our ranch seasoning mix that we're gonna sprinkle on everything. We got the au jus gravy mix. Nothing to measure out, just use the whole packets. Then we're going to use the, I'm sure I'm not saying them right, pepperoncinis is what I call them. These are medium heat. And juice and all we're going to pour in here. That up. Got everything added in here. We're going to come back in about 6 hours, check on this, and hopefully it pulls right apart. It should. And I'll show you what this Mississippi pot roast is all about. All right, so it's been in the slow cooker for about 8 hours now on low, and as you can see, it's cooked down quite a bit. Just pulls right apart. Not bad for the front shoulder. Bone just comes right out. Just fell right off the bone. It shreds real easy. We're going to just shred this up real quick. Kind of let the juices soak up in here, let it set for a minute, and then we're going to put it on some hoagie buns. All right, so we got her shredded up pretty good and pulled apart really well. Hard to believe that that's front shoulder off of a deer, but we're going to go ahead, put this on some hoagie buns, and this will make a delicious sandwich right here. Go ahead and add us some cheese. Got us nice Mississippi pot roast on some hoagie buns. You can put that on rice as well, or make some carnitas with it, put it on some tortillas. That right there is how you can take a front shoulder on a whitetail and make a pretty easy, simple meal out of it. You can put that in a crock pot all day long while you're at work, come home and have you a nice meal ready for you. So thank you guys for watching. Hope you try it and like it. If you do, let me know in the comments, or if you have another recipe for it, I'd love to hear it. Thank you guys. God bless. Be safe out there. Enjoy the outdoors.